Machine hip abductions are fantastic for the upper glutes. That's because they really challenge the glute medius and minimus directly through their primary function of hip abduction. If you lean forward by about 30 degrees, you'll improve the line of pull of those upper glute fibers, and you should feel a deeper stretch at the bottom. I usually do these for 15 to 20 reps, although heavier low rep work is also good. You can always progressively overload the movement by just increasing the pin weight, and when you eventually max out the stack, you can use a gym pin to add more. If you want a little extra range of motion, you can add an extra pad on the inside. And while it may not be the best overall glute builder, it's just so good at targeting the upper glutes. And for that reason, it's our first exercise going into S tier. I love the 45-degree back extension. A lot of people think of it as just a low back exercise, but since you're extending your hips, your entire glutes will be very active in both the lengthened position at the bottom and the shortened position at the top. I prefer to overload these by adding reps, but you can still work up to some solid weight by holding plates to your chest. If you round your upper back on these, you should be able to connect with your glutes much better. I'm honestly feeling S tier for these. The Bulgarian split squat gets a deeper stretch on the glutes than the standard barbell squat, and because they're single leg, in addition to the middle glutes, you'll get the upper glutes more involved. To make them even more glute focused, place your front foot further forward and lean forward as you squat. Again, think about driving through your hips rather than just standing up with your knees. This will help you engage your glutes a lot better. These are very close to S tier, but they are a bit harder to overload, especially if you do them with dumbbells. They also smoke your quads and are a really exhausting movement in general. I usually do 2 sets per leg and call it there. I'm feeling high A tier. If you have access to a good hip thrust machine, like this Nautilus glute drive, I think you can solve a few of those issues. The belt is much more comfy than a barbell. You also don't need to set anything up, and because the machine is very stable, you won't need to use any balance and should be able to focus on engaging your glutes better. I personally do these every single week, and I think they belong in high A tier. It's the best of the best. I think I'd have to go with the walking lunge. I realize that's a hot take, but these are all great glute builders, and if I had to personally just pick one, I think it would be the walking lunge.